have a guaranteed juicy airdrop for you guys, and we're going to be talking about it in this video. The airdrop is on Mantle, which is a layer 2, pretty popular layer 2, and I'm going to dive into some of the metrics, pretty fundamentally strong as well. So in this video, I'm going to briefly explain what Mantle is, and I say briefly because we're literally in the middle of the research process of doing a full fundamental analysis on Mantle that we're going to do on the Know It Alls YouTube channel. So you guys will be able to watch that once it releases. And I'm gonna do a price prediction on this channel as well, but I wanted to talk about this airdrop within the Mantle ecosystem. So this video isn't super about Mantle, but more so about the airdrop for a project you can get on Mantle. And I say it's a guaranteed airdrop, okay? So like I said, we're gonna explain what L2s are and the problem they solve, briefly explain what Mantle is, and I'm gonna give you guys the step-by-step directions on how to get this airdrop and how to maximize the yield in order to increase the amount you will get from the airdrop, okay? So before we get started, I do have to say none of this is financial advice. These are my own perspectives, research, and opinions, and they should be treated as such. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video, starting off with what is Mantle and what is a layer 2. So Mantle is a layer 2, so I have to start off with what a layer 2 is first. So in crypto or in blockchains, whatever you want to call it, there's this thing called the blockchain trilemma, okay? So you have decentralization, you have scalability, which is transactions per second, and then you have security. Most blockchains are optimized for 2. Bitcoin and Ethereum is famously known for being secure and decentralized, but not super scalable, as Bitcoin can only handle 7 transactions per second. ETH before ETH 2.0, they can only handle around 14. And I made a video on how taking a modular approach can actually help blockchain scale, and you can actually hit all 3 prongs of the blockchain trilemma. Definitely give that video a watch if you haven't. Okay, so now that you know that, there's 3 parts to a blockchain, okay? You have the consensus layer that says what's true. Bitcoin, that's proof of work. ETH, that's proof of stake. You have the data layer, which is storage, right? That's why you hear about these parallel blockchains alongside the chain, sharding. And then you have execution, which is your computational finality, okay? Now, any blockchain is in the business of selling blocks, just like an airline is in the business of selling seats on the plane. If there's only one plane going from New York to San Francisco and everyone's trying to buy those tickets, what's going to happen? The price is going to go up. That's exactly what happens with the block space. And this is why in the heat of the bull market, when all the NFTs and all the DeFi protocols are firing on all cylinders, ETH transaction fees are extremely high because the blocks are getting congested. So there needs to be a way to free up block space. And that's exactly what layer 2s does. You have 2 popular kinds of layer 2s, optimistic and ZK rollups. I've made videos on both. But the important thing is they call them rollups because they essentially roll up these transactions and they submit it to the layer 1 with less data so they can have more room inside of the blocks. I'll give you an analogy. Let's say you go to a bar, and imagine if you went to a bar and you have to swipe your card every time you bought a beer, every time you bought some food, you have to get back in line and wait. Not the best experience. This is why they have you open up a tab, right? You buy a drink, you open a tab, get another drink, put it on the tab, put it on the tab, put the fries on the tab, put the food on the tab. At the end of the night, then you close out the tab and you pay for all those transactions at once. This is exactly what layer 2s are designed to do. They roll up all the transactions into the smallest packet of data possible. And this is literally just like compressing an email when you do a zip file. You decrease the amount of storage that is taken and then you send it off. And once the person gets it, they unzip it and then they can do whatever they want with the data. Same thing with L2s, right? So these L2s, most of the decentralized applications I think are going to be built on L2s because they're faster and they still get the security benefits of the L1. And the L1 benefits because it's freeing up block space, making it more scalable because it's increasing the transactions per second. Because you roll up all these transactions and it happens in one transaction instead of all these individual transactions happening one at a time, just like I gave you at the bar example. So Mantle is a popular layer 2, okay? Just like Arbitrum, just like Optimism, just like Polygon, just like ZK Sync, right? Let's look at some metrics and see how they compare to other layer 2s. So here we are on L2 beat and you can see the TVL. Now I'm not sure, like on DeFi Llama, it says it's only like 400 and something million on there. So maybe this is accounting for like their token, but here it says Mantle has 1.19 billion in TVL, making them number 5 behind Blast, Optimism, Base, Arbitrum, above Scroll, ZK Sync, Linea, Starknet, Manta, Midas, these are some popular L2s. Polygon ZK EVM, which I think is on the up and up. Made a video on Polygon Ag Layer. Definitely give that a watch if you haven't. And I think L2s, like this is the first cycle where most of these L2s have a token, right? So I think last cycle, L1s were a huge narrative. I think L2s are going to be a huge narrative this cycle. And I think that Mantle will benefit from the tide that is going to raise these ships, so to speak. Now, the cool thing about Mantle is that they're the third largest platform for liquid staking. And this is where most of their traction came from, right? They have over $1 billion in liquid staking, okay? And here's a cool thing that is really, really slept on. This is DeFi Llama, obviously, and they have this new feature called treasuries where you can see protocol treasuries. If you search by treasury, you can see that behind Uniswap, Mantle has the second largest treasury in all of crypto at $2.31 billion, okay? And it shows the breakdown. So of their own tokens is 73%, which is most of it. They have 33 million in stable coins. They have 524 million in majors like Bitcoin and ETH, 1.7 billion in their own tokens, and 53 million in others. Now you might think, oh, it's their own token. They can still sell it for whatever they want, and they can use their tokens to do different kinds of incentives and everything. I'm not going to dive super deep into the tokenomics because this video isn't on buying Mantle. I'm going to save that one for the price prediction and the fundamental deep dive that we're going to do. But this is really, really key because they have a treasure chest to basically creatively incentivize people to use the Mantle platform. I like that, okay? So now that you understand how Mantle is doing compared to other twos, I want to talk about METH, which is their Mantle ETH, okay? So you have this whole thing called liquid staking. You have liquid staking derivatives. Lido and Rocket Pool are number 2. And METH, which is Mantle ETH, which is ETH staked on Mantle. Remember I said they're number 3 in staked ETH, okay? So Mantle is number 2 in terms of the amount of staked ETH, right? So let's talk about the benefits of staked ETH. And to do this, I'm going to compare it to the dollar and gold. So back in the day, the dollar used to be an IOU. That's why it's called a promissory note. It's a promise to pay back gold in exchange for this dollar. So you used to be able to take your dollars to the bank or take your gold to the bank, you get this dollar, right? So now when you go to the bank, you get an interest rate on your gold, right? You get paid, and then you're able to take the dollars that you get and you can use those to buy other assets. So you're getting a yield on your gold and you're getting a yield on your dollars. You're able to double yield. This is the same exact thing with liquid stake derivatives and staking your ETH. When you stake ETH, you're essentially securing the network because, like I said, their consensus mechanism is proof of stake. So they give you a yield in order for you to stake your ETH. And the higher amount of time you lock it, the more your yield is because you don't have access to it. So it's that trade-off. So, okay, boom. Once you stake it, now you get METH, which is like meth, which is going to be pretty memeable. Let's be honest. Like, remember LSD summer? Like, crypto is all about the memes, I'm telling you. So once you stake your ETH, you're getting a yield, then you get your METH, right? And now you can take that METH and stake it and get a double yield. And I'm gonna show you guys, some yields you can get, and it's gonna coincide with how you're able to earn the airdrop. And I think LSDs are gonna do good because I think they're gonna be an oscillator to ETH. If ETH goes to 10K or 15K or 7K or whatever, I think it's gonna drag these LSDs up with them. Lido, Rocket Pool, and Mantle, as well as the layer 2s. Like, these are all built to help ETH scale, right? Now, here's the key. Lido and Rocket Pool, they each have their own governance token, but Mantle staked ETH does not yet. They have their MTL or their Mantle token, which is their gas token, but they don't have their governance token yet until they're going to be launching it in October, and they said this. Let me show you. Here we are on airdroplet.com, and this is Mantle's Metamorphosis campaign, where they're going to be launching Cook token. And it says Cook is the governance token for Mantle liquid staked METH. Currently, they're the third largest platform liquid staking with over 1.3 billion worth of ETH staked. This means there will be a huge potential for a large airdrop as the protocol is already popular with high revenue potential. The airdrop very clear on rewards in the form of powder and easy to farm, and especially favors those with large amounts of ETH staked. So you can earn Cook token by just staking ETH. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. You stake ETH and you're gonna get your METH. And just by holding METH in your wallet, you're accumulating Cook tokens. So once they do the airdrop, you'll be able to claim them. And I'm gonna walk you step by step how to do this, right? Now there's also ways to earn even more Cook tokens by accumulating powder. And you earn powder by staking your METH, your meth. I'm just gonna call it meth. All right, you stake your meth to earn more powder, okay? And it says powder converts to Cook tokens once the airdrop starts. Now guys, I wanna talk about why I think this Cook token can do so well. So right now, Lido has a market cap of $921 billion. And this is like an estimation that I found online from Miles Deutscher. Forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong. But they're guessing that the estimated FDV of Cook is going to be 500 million. So just to get to where this is, that's a 2x. But you can see in the last bull market, Lido got up to $3.3 billion in terms of a market cap. So if Cook gets there, that'll be a huge multiple. That'll be pretty good. And I think things will go higher this cycle because there's more things built on ETH. Layer 2s are more built out. We got ZK rollups and just an ETH ETF. You know what I mean? So I think Lido's going to exceed all-time highs, and I think Cook can do really, really well. So you can stake your ETH. If you already have ETH staked in your wallet, you can literally just stake it to earn some free Cook, and you can sell the Cook if you want, sit on some. You know, if you think the price is going to go up, oh, this came out August 21st on my birthday. That's good luck. So you can do whatever you want with the airdrop. I think it's pretty low risk, high reward kind of scenario. And you do have, there was a countdown on here somewhere, but I don't see it anymore. But yeah, this thing is supposed to be in October. So how do you get meth? Well, one of the things you can do is go on Bybit and buy it, right? There are a few exchanges where you can buy it. But the easy way is first you want to bridge over to Mantle, and it is compatible with MetaMask. So you can go to Stargate. Stargate is my favorite bridge to use. And you scroll down here and you can see that Mantle is right here. You can easily bridge from Mantle, from ETH, or any other of the major EVM chains. So then once you're on it, this is meth.mantle.xyz. You come to the stake page, you hit stake. And once you stake your ETH, you automatically have METH. And once you have the meth in your wallet, you're immediately earning Cook tokens or powder. So once the airdrop is live, you'll be able to claim. The more ETH you have, obviously, the more you will make. Okay. So now, what can you do with your meth once you have it? Like, how can you increase your yield? Okay. So I click Metamorphosis. Okay, here's the countdown, right? So 24 days, I'm shooting this on Saturday, September 14th. Okay, so you still have some time, right? And now let's talk about how you can earn more, like we said. So you have all these ways here. I'm gonna hit show more, where you can get 40x multipliers. But the thing you have to take into account with this is that you do have to pair meth with USDT or like some kind of stable coins. So that means you are going to be exposed to impermanent loss. We talk about impermanent loss all the time on this channel. So my favorite way that I'm doing that / what I think is the safest is doing the 25x power on Pendle. So if we go ahead and click this, so I'm not sure why this isn't loading up. So I'm going to take a screenshot and have to add it later. But if you click this middle one, you're just staking your Mantle, your meth, and it's single side staking. So you get the 25x multiplier and you get a 1x multiplier for the eigenlayer, which can potentially set you up for even more airdrops. So you're like triple dipping here, which is really nice, okay? These other two, on this one here, you're actually having to buy the YT token, which is, you know, exposing you to more risk. And then this one over here is a fixed yield, and it increases the yield for, you know, just METH. But remember, the most important thing for me, at least, is getting the multiplier points, okay? And then you would kind of be not getting that as much on this one here to the right. So guys, with that, I like to conclude this video. I just gave you the step-by-step instructions on how to get some free money. You got 24 days or so. Well, probably when I put this out, probably 20 days, give or take. I'm gonna let my community know first. Speaking of, if you wanna get access to a world-class community, the videos I put out here, I give it to my community early, okay? Because they are paid members. You want to get access to a world-class DeFi course? I think it's the best DeFi course on the market. It teaches you the same strategies that market makers have been successfully and profitably deploying. Well, successfully, profitably, same thing in this context. Deploying for centuries, honestly, right? With professional coaches who do this for a living and with advanced community members who are all helping each other. Click the link in the description, book a free strategy session. You'll talk to me or one of our coaches. We'll see if our program is a good fit for you. If not, we're happy to point you in the right direction and answer any questions you may have on crypto, yield farming, investing, etc. So with that, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you got value, drop a like, drop a comment, share with a friend. Turn on the bell notifications so that you don't miss another video when I put them out, as some of them are time sensitive, like this one is. Other than that, I love every single one of you who tuned in, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm about to get a massage. Trade safe.